Correction, it looks like Wilder versus Fury 2 pay-per-view sales did actually over 1 million, closer to 1.2 million, not 850,000 as a lot of people previously reported. Well, that's at least according to promoter Bob Arum. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang, notification gang. Please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Sign up for ESPN Plus using my link. It definitely helps the channel when you guys use that, so keep smashing the like button, subscribing to the channel, and use that ESPN Plus link if you are interested in signing up. You can now get ESPN Plus, great service. I have it personally, and I watch the top ranked cards that they have on there, UFC pay-per-view. They have 30 for 30s, docu-series. It's just a lot of content to browse through. You can now bundle ESPN Plus with Hulu and Disney Plus, all three apps, for $12.99. And again, that helps grow the channel so I could do more, branch out, get new equipment, all the good stuff. So let's talk about it. A lot of people were wondering why I didn't make a video about the 800 to 850,000, reports that were out. One, I was busy. Two, I was going to hope just to wait it out a little, just to see if we get a number from somebody affiliated with the promotion, directly. Like if because it was two promotions, ESPN, Fox. Sometimes they pin up, have their graphic artist make a graphic, or one of the promoters will talk or whatever. And like clockwork, that happened. WorldBoxingNews.net, shout out to them. Link is in the description. Make sure you guys click on that, check them out. There's an exclusive interview they have with Bob Arum, and it says exclusive. Bob Arum reveals Fury versus Wilder pay-per-view sales is actually closer to 1.2 million. And you click on the link, and we'll recap the direct quote from Mr. Arum. But he's alleging that this actually did do over 1 million. There's this really specific reason why, I guess. Well, let me read it. Exclusive WBN chat with Hall of Famer Bob Arum on Thursday evening included an update on the reported pay-per-view figures for Tyson Fury vs. Wilder 2. Initial suggestions that the heavyweight blockbuster did under 1 million sales have now been corrected by Bob Arum, who says digital purchases haven't been considered. Therefore, Fury's spectacular victory over Wilder in front of a sellout crowd at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas did indeed hit over 1 million sales. Quote, this is a direct quote in that exclusive. In regards to Fury versus Wilder 2 pay-per-view, they don't have the digital numbers yet. The digital is well over 300,000 buys, Arum exclusively told WBN. It's probably sort of accurate, the 850,000 reported, but then when you add the digital on top of that, so that's about 300 and change to 850,000, so it's really closer to 1.2 million. Once officially crunched, those final tallies will be a solid return to the big time for heavyweight boxing in the United States. Not since the days of Lennox Lewis, Holyfield, and Mike Tyson has buzz been around the top division in the biggest market. Arum sounded happy with how everything went down, having initially predicted around 2 million pay-per-view buys. And, you guys can check that out, check that article. My things I want to talk about, that's very good. I'm just happy. I actually feel, it's funny how new media, I go out on a limb, say stuff before anyone's saying it, before reports come out, before interviews, and I tell you my opinion. I told you Wilder Fury, I think, will trump in terms of fiscal sales and things like that. I think it'll trump the second one, because what boxing has been missing, especially in the heavyweight division, is storylines. Now we got a storyline. The controversy from the first fight, the debating. Some people said Tyson Fury outboxed him. Some people said Wilder was robbed of a knockout. Jack Reese had a long count, aka it was a draw, aka there was controversy. Then out of nowhere, Tyson Fury switches his team up. He comes in heavy. People are like, including myself, were like, is this a good idea for him? I don't know. I'm picking Wilder. And then people picked Wilder, and Wilder, he had a bad day in the office. He couldn't get things off, and Tyson Fury just completely does a demo job on him and ends up getting a stoppage. And then that stoppage is now protested by Wilder. He's saying he didn't want to go out like that, and it's just created this storyline. He's also had what people are labeling an excuse with the suit, the 45-pound, the infamous suit gate, with this 45-pound costume, and potentially firing Mark Breland or JD's or whoever. There's just a lot going on with this. There's a lot going on. So people like Eddie Hearn and I think Joseph Parker's manager or somebody, they're saying nobody wants to see Wilder Fury Part 3. People will watch it. And with the type of live gate it did and the type of numbers and the storyline, which is now complete, they got two fun fights. Both the fights were fun. So definitely count me in for a third fight. And I think these numbers are solid. Even when the numbers, I think the numbers are real good. If you look at it, nobody has done numbers on pay-per-view like this since Canelo. Canelo, and he's not even doing pay-per-view anymore. So that lane is all the way open, and I have no idea for the life of me why DAZN took an established pay-per-view star, fronted him a bunch of money, and gave him a flat fee and took him off of a proven pay-per-view model, which helps you facilitate these hefty purses and paychecks from the fighter. Just seems weird. Like now with this particular fight being a success, even like I said, even if it was 800 to 850,000, I think that's a success, because you look at the first fight, and the first fight did 325,000. So that's more than double. And then now with Bob Arum saying they didn't factor in the digital sales, those hadn't been tabulated in those initial reports, who will say, what if, even if they're inflating, because sometimes promoters do that, like Bob Arum, maybe he's inflating the number and saying it's 300,000 on top of it. But even if it's 150,000, that's putting you right about $1 million anyway. You know what I'm saying? So if there were additional numbers from digital, which a lot of people did, like I ordered through digital, through my computer and stuff, on my iMac. So it sounds pretty accurate. It sounds like a success, and I'm excited, man, because Top Rank worked with PBC, and this could be something else that they do. As far as the networks, since this was a joint promotion, I'm not sure if they're looking at that as a success. I know Bob Arum said he thought it was going to do 2 million, but promoter, I told you, that's promoter talk. Canelo versus Golovkin, Oscar De La Hoya overshot it and said it's going to do 3 million. And Floyd Mayweather and Canelo, when they were both undefeated, didn't even do that. And Floyd is far more of a salesman than a Gennady Golovkin or a Canelo. So there was a different storyline and whatnot there. So, these promoters always overshoot. Bob Arum saying 2 million, that's kind of wishful thinking. This is actually, I think I even quoted this. I said number, I don't remember, so I don't want to take the credit because I don't remember the exact number, but this is right around the range that I thought it would do, which was a considerable jump from the first fight. So to me, this is a success. It was the first try at it. Wilder, this is his third pay-per-view. Tyson Fury, what is it, his second? You get what I'm saying? It takes time. It takes time to build up stars, and you got to build up storylines. There's also some things just from being somebody who's been in boxing. There's a couple things that they could do to strengthen numbers, because even with two networks, there's little missed opportunities. There's missed opportunities. See, one of the things, and I'm not gonna, because somebody got to pay me, so I'm not gonna start blabbering out a bunch of ideas and stuff that I feel that could correct it. But the bottom line is this: boxing is a small niche community, and you have to find a way in. You get what I'm saying? The matchup is cool, but there's other things, like there's just other ways to promote. And I'm just gonna leave it at that, because like I said, if people want ideas from me, that's gonna cost. People got to pay me for my services. But yeah, I'll do a consultation and show people how to win in boxing. But from my experience in boxing, and someone being self-made and coming from the mud, from 0 subscribers, and in a small niche, like, it's not, if I was doing photography or doing like do-it-yourself videos or interior design, you know, something else, baseball, football, you know, your channel can grow depending on what your genre is, can grow even crazier. So I'm like at one of, especially doing what I do, not covering every fight and stuff, there ain't no channel like me, you know what I'm saying, that don't have a team and don't cover every fight and stuff, that achieve the successes I have. So I know what it's like to claw your way to the top in this boxing game. And one thing I've learned over the years is boxing is it's a small niche community. It's a real tight group. I see the same people at fights. You know, when I go to LA, if I go to LA fights, I see some of the same faces all the time, you know, both in the media and also with fans and stuff like that. So they're going to have to do little things different to keep promoting. But to me, you know, I'm not going to spend too much time on it, because I think this is a good number. Anywhere from 850 to 1.2 million is winning. And if it did 1.2 million, like Bob Arum's saying, I think that's a success. Obviously, the companies, they're going to want, you know, closer to 2 million or whatever they shot. But you can't be mad at that when the first fight did 325,000 and Wilder Ortiz 2 didn't do anything like this. So to me, it's a successful promotion. And you have to also take into consideration the illegal streams. I don't know if this is accurate, but I seen something that said illegal stream wise, it said 20 million people watched it. So, you know, that's, if that's anywhere remotely close to being true, then that's a huge issue for, you know, the pay-per-view sales. If you did 1.2 million, but 20 million illegal streams. So, you know, they have some stuff to do, but again, I think the trilogy fight will outsell this, just because there's a huge storyline. I mean, just the costume. Look at the Wilder saying that his costume weighed him down. They were talking about on ESPN First Take. Everybody, I made a video and it's going viral, getting views. People are talking about it. People are asking Roy Jones Jr. and, you know, Eddie Hearn, promoters, what their opinion on the costume. Everyone has an opinion, you know, and in this new digital age, digital mob, people having an opinion and people talking, that's generally a good thing. So shout out to Wilder Fury. They definitely entertained in both fights, and it looks like they're reaping some of the benefits. To me, this is a success. Again, I don't work for the promotion, so I don't know if they're viewing this as a success. But again, who's the last person to get numbers like this? Canelo Golovkin. So how is this not a success? You see what I'm saying? And this is also heavyweight boxing. There's still other fights after this. You know, if Tyson Fury gets knocked out in the third fight, then that's a fourth fight. So that's like you're entering the level of Juan Manuel Marquez and Manny Pacquiao. And just for, you know, your facts, Pacquiao versus Marquez 4 financially did better than the first 3. And the first 3 was there were good fights as well. So that's an option. Or if Tyson Fury, let's say he beats Wilder again, does the same thing, knocks him out earlier, Tyson Fury versus AJ, that would be huge. You know, if Wilder knocks out Fury and then gets his belt back and Fury don't want to, you know, retires or something, then if AJ keeps winning, AJ and Wilder is going to be the big thing. So, you know, this is a good starting point, and the heavyweight division is back. And boxing, you know, there's just a lot of good fights. I can't wait to see what happens. So let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Wilder versus Fury 2 pay-per-view. Heavy push, heavy promotional push. And Arum says it's actually closer to 1.2 million, you know, unlike the previous reports that we were hearing. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We working.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.